Hello friends, welcome back to Zero Attack. No theory, no noise, just real skills. So today in this video we will be talking about the first room of Web Fundamentals Module 2, that is working an application. The module 2 is called Introduction to Web Hacking, and the first room under that is working an application, and it's a premium room. So this is the first time we are covering an premium room in this video or in the series, right? So let's begin. Manually review a web application for security issues only using your browser's web developer tools. Hacking with just your browser, no tools or no script. So in this video, we will be just hacking web applications using our browser without using any tools, just our browser, right? Okay, so let's start with the first task. In this room, you will learn how to manually review a web application for security issues only using the built-in tools in your browser. More often than not, an automated security tools and script will miss many potential vulnerabilities and useful information. Here is a short breakdown of the inbuilt browser tools you will use throughout this room. View source. Use your browser to view the human readable source code of a website. Inspector. Learn how to inspect page elements and make changes to view usually blocked content. Debugger. Inspect and control the flow of a page's JavaScript. Network. See all the network requests a page makes. Press the start machine button to start the virtual machine on this task, and then wait for 2 minutes and visit the following URL. So let's click on the start machine, and our target machine will spawn up, and as you can see the notification came up. So our target machine URL will spawn up here. Wait for a few minutes because the IP address will get updated here. It's written lab web URL. That will get updated with the IP address of the target machine, right? So for now, let's click on check and let's move to the next room. Let it spawn. So in this room, task 2. As a penetration tester, your role when reviewing a website or web application is to discover features that could potentially be vulnerable and attempt to exploit them to assess whether or not they are. These features are usually parts of the website that require some interactivity with the user. Finding portions of the website can be as easy as spotting a login form to manually reviewing the website's JavaScript. An excellent place to start is with just your browser, exploring the website and noting down the individual pages, areas, features with a summary for each one. So we will be basically scanning the website manually, right? That is what they are telling us. An example site review for the Acme IT support website would look something like this. So this is the home page. This is the latest news. This is news article. So this is basically the sample that they are talking about, and this is called Acme IT support. This is the website they will be giving us to attack. So just go through this, guys. I'm not going to read this chart. Okay, so we'll start taking a deeper look into some of the pages we have discovered in the next task. Let's click on check. Let's go to the next task. The page source is the human readable code returned to our browser or client from the web server each time we make a request. The return code is made up of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and it's what tell us our browser what content to display, how to show it, and adds an element of interactivity with JavaScript. For our purposes, viewing the page source can help us discover more information about the web application. How do I view the page source? So while viewing a website, you can right click on the page like this. You will see an option on the menu that says view page source. Here you go. Or we can even do control U. You can see there's a shortcut over here, control U. Most browsers support putting view source in front of the URL. For example, this one. In your browser menu, you will find an option to view the page source. This option can sometimes be in submenus such as developer tools or more tools. Let's view some page source. Try viewing the page source of the home page of Acme IT support website. Unfortunately, explaining everything you can see here is well out of the scope of this room, and you will need to look into website design development courses to fully understand it. So yeah, you actually need to understand or have an idea of what is HTML, what is CSS, and what is JavaScript, or else you will not be getting the idea of this. I told you about this earlier in the videos. Okay, so let's continue. What we can do is pick out bits of information that are important to us. At the top of the page, you will notice some code starting with this symbol and ending with this symbol. These are basically comments. These are comments. Comments are messages left by the website developer, usually to explain something in the code to other programmers, or even notes or reminders for themselves. These comments don't get displayed on the actual web page. This comment describes how the home page is temporary while a new one is in development. View the web page in the comment to get your first flag. Okay, so let's get our first flag, and we'll remember that we studied till here. Okay, so let's see, our machine has spawned by right now. Okay, so open link in a new window, or rather just put it here only. Okay, so this is the Acme support, and we can leave in control U, and we can control U. We see this page. This page is temporary while we work on the home page at new home page beta, right? So, and this is another comment. This is not of our use, but this is our use. So we can go to this directory. You can just copy, and then we can just paste this and click on enter. DHM, this is the flag that we are looking for. Let's go to this task. Let's submit the first flag. What is the flag from the HTML content? So this is the flag. We'll just paste and we'll check it. Yeah. Okay, so where were we? Okay, first flag. Links to different pages in HTML are written in anchor tags. These are HTML elements that start with anchor tag. This is A. And the link that you will be directed to is stored in the href attribute. For example, you will see the contact page on line 31. Okay. If you view further down the page source, there is a hidden link to the page starting with SECR. View this link to get another flag. You obviously won't get a flag in real world situation, but you may discover some private area used by the business for storing company, staff, customer information. External files such as CSS, JavaScript, and images can be included using HTML. In this example, you will notice that these files are all stored in the same directory. If you view this directory in your web browser, there is a configuration error. What should be displayed is either a blank page or a 403 forbidden page with an error stating you don't have access to the directory. Instead, the directory listing feature has been enabled, which in fact lists every file in the directory. Sometimes this isn't an issue, and all the files in the directory are safe to be viewed by the public, but in some instances backup files, source code, or other confidential information could be stored here. In this instance, we get a flag in the flag.txt file. Okay, so we will be getting a flag. Okay, and then many websites these days aren't made from scratch, and what's called a framework. A framework is a collection of pre-made code that easily allows a developer to include common features that a website would require, such as blogs, user management, form processing, and much more, saving the developers hours or days of development. Viewing the page source can often give us clues into whether a framework is in use, and if so, which framework and even what version. Knowing the framework and version can be powerful, as there may be public vulnerabilities in the framework and website might not be using the most up-to-date version. At the bottom of the page, you will find a comment about the framework and version in use and a link to the framework website. Viewing the framework's website, you will see that our website is in fact out of date. Read the update notice and use the information to find your discovery flag. Okay, what is the flag from the secret link? So let's see the hint. Have a look at the secret page in the welcome message. Okay, so we'll go here. Okay, by the way, we learned about this. There is a hidden link to a page starting with SECR, right? So if we see the thing, there you see the secret page. This is not a secret anymore. Copy it. There we go. What is a directory listing flag? So for that we will be going over here. We'll see the page source first, and from here as we can see, there's a link, and there you can see assets, assets, assets. So my guess is that if we go to the assets page, there we will find all the pages, all the directories, and there we go. We have this. We have the flag.txt. We got it. We just copy and paste it. Okay, there we go. What is the framework flag? Okay, so for this one, we'll go here. We'll press Ctrl U. We'll get the framework page over here. We'll go to the framework page, and then let's go to the change log page, and there's some, you can see that. We'll see this file over here. We just need to copy this, as it said that uh, this file is now stored in area that is unreadable by the public, but this is a file, so we can go here, paste this, and there we get the flag, I mean the file. We can just extract it over here, and we can click on flag, and there we go, got the flag. We paste it and we are done. Okay, so let's continue with task 4. So developer tools. Every modern browser includes developer tools. This is a toolkit used to aid web developers in debugging web applications, and gives you a peek under the hood of a website to see what is going on. As a pen tester, we can leverage these tools to provide us with a much better understanding of the web application. We are specifically focusing on three features of the developer toolkit: inspector, debugger, and network. Opening developer tools. The way to access developer tools is different for every browser. If you are not sure how to access it, click on the view site button on the top right of the task to get instructions on how to access the tools for your browser. Inspector. The page source doesn't always represent what's shown on a web page. This is because CSS, JavaScript, and user interactions can change the content and style of the page. This means we need a way to view what's being displayed in the browser's window at that exact time. Element Inspector assists us with this by providing us with a live representation of what is currently on the website. As well as viewing this live view, we can also edit and interact with the page elements, which is helpful for web developers to debug issues. On the Acme IT support website, click on the news section, where you will see three articles. The first two articles are readable, but the third has been blocked with a floating notice above the consent stating you have to be a premium customer to view this article. We have seen this in a lot of websites, right? These floating boxes blocking the page contents are often referred to as paywalls, as they put up metaphorical wall in front of the content you wish to pay. Right clicking on the premium notice, you should be able to select the inspect option from the menu, which opens the developer tools either on the bottom or on the right hand side. Depending on your browser preferences, you will now see the elements HTML that make up the website, similar to the screenshots below. Locate the div element with the premium customer blocker. Click on it. You will see the CSS styles in this box that apply to this element, such as margin, top box, and these are the CSS elements that they are telling us. The style we are interested in is the display block. This block. If you click on the word block, you can type a value of your own choice, typing none, and this will make the box disappear, revealing the content underneath it and a flag. If the element didn't have a display field, you could click below the last style and add in your own. Have a play with the inspector element, with the element inspector. You will see you can change any of the information on the website, including the content. Remember, this is only edited on your browser window, and when you press refresh, everything will be back to normal. So let's try this, because they want a flag actually. We need to start the target machine actually, because we'll go there. uh, so let it start. We'll wait for 2 minutes and we'll come back. Okay, so we are back with our link and the target box. So we have opened our target box over here, and as they said, we have to go to the news portal first. So this is the news portal, and we'll go to the third news. This is the star mark, which represents this is the premium news, which we can't read because the rest of the two we can read. See, this we can read, this we can also read, but this one it needs to pay, right? We need to pay to view this article totally, but we are hackers. So what we will do is we will just click on this, select this element totally, and we'll get this premium div. And sorry, this article is for our premium customer, and over here we'll see the CSS of this thing, and as they said, display block, we need to edit this to none. And as we click on enter, you can see that the whole thing is visible in front of us. We don't need to pay anything, and with that we got the flag. So we can't just copy it because this is an image, I guess. So we need to type it manually. THM not so hidden, right? So THM not so hidden. There we go. Okay, we got a 7-day streak. Congratulations to you guys watching my videos for 7 days actually. Okay, so let's continue to task 5. Developer tools, debugger. This panel in the developer tools is intended for debugging JavaScript, and again is an excellent feature for web developers wanting to work out why something might not be working. But as pen tester, it gives us the option of digging deep into the JavaScript code. In Firefox and Safari, this feature is called debugger, but in Chrome, it is called sources. On the Acme IT support website, click on the contact page. Each time the page is loaded, you might notice a rapid flash of red on the screen. We are going to use the debugger to work out what this red flash is and if it contains anything interesting. Debugging a red dot wouldn't be something you would do in the real world as a pen tester, but it does allows us to see does allow to use this feature and get used to the debugger. Remember, we are doing all this hacking stuffs using that inspect element only. We are not using any other tools in this room specifically. Okay, so in both browsers, on the left hand side, you see a list of all the resources the current web page is using. If you click onto the into the assets folder, you will see a file named flash.min.js. Clicking on the file, clicking on this file displays the contents of the JavaScript file. Many times when viewing JavaScript files, you will notice that JavaScript is on one line, which is because it has been minimized, which means all formatting, tabs, spacing, and new lines have been removed to make the file smaller. This file is no exception to this, and it has also been obfuscated, which makes it purposefully difficult to read. So it can't be copied as easily as by other developers. Okay, so we can return some of the formatting by using the pretty print option, which looks like two braces to make it a little more readable. Although due to obfuscation, it's still difficult to comprehend what is going on with the file. If you scroll to the bottom of the flash, this file, you'll see the line flash remove, right? That's why the red dot just comes and disappears. Okay, this little bit of JavaScript is what is removing the red pop from the page. We can utilize another feature of the debugger called breakpoints. These are the points in the code that we can force the browser to stop processing the JavaScript and pause the current execution. If you click the line number that contains the above code, you will notice it turns blue. You have now inserted a breakpoint on this line. Now try refreshing the page and you will notice the red box stays on the page instead of disappearing, and it contains a flag. Okay, so now we are asked to get the flag from the red box. Let's see the hint. The debugger tools might work differently on Firefox and Chrome. Follow the steps in the task to find JavaScript flash mini file, prettifying it, finding the line with flash remove, adding a JavaScript breakpoint to stop the red message disappearing when the page loads. Okay. So first of all, we need to find in which page we will find the red flag. So it says click on the contact page. So we'll go to the contact page, and as you can see here, the red flag came, right? We'll click on inspect. Okay, and here in the inspect tab we'll go to the sources tab, and here we'll click on assets, and we can see the flash min.js. This is the file that they were talking about. As you can see over here, they talked about it a lot of times, that the flash min.js. um, Here you can see it, flashmin.js. You'll see a file named flashmin.js. So we got the flash, and we click on a pointer. This is the flash remove line. This line removes the flash thing. So we'll click on pause over here. So this is a pause. If you click on it, the page will pause at this line, right? So it will prevent that red box from disappearing. So now if we click on refresh, you'll see that the flag is in front of us. The red box didn't disappear. We'll have to write it manually because it's an image, not a text. So I will write THM catch me if you can. So THM catch me if you can. With that, we'll go to the last task of this room, developer tools. Okay, let's just stop this from refreshing. Okay, developer tools network. The network tab on the developer tools can also be used to keep track of external requests a web page makes. If you click on the network tab and then refresh the page, you will see all the files the page is requesting. Try doing this on the contact page. You can press the trash icon to delete the list if it gets a bit overpopulated. With the network tab open, try filling in the contact form and pressing the send button. You will notice an event in the network tab, and this is the form being submitted in the background using a method called Ajax. Ajax is a method for sending and receiving network data in a web application background without interfering by changing the current web page. Examine the new entry on the network tab that the contact from created, and view the page the data was sent to in order to reveal a flag. So basically, we'll go to the contact page. This is what they're telling us to do, and then we need to fill the send message button, fill this form over here. So we'll just fill in, hacker. We'll fill the email as hacker@gmail.com, and then this is not my personal email, by the way. Don't try to send me anything. And over here we'll write hi hacker. Okay, and before clicking on the send message button, we'll go to the network tab. Okay, so we'll go to the reload page. Okay, so before doing this, guys, please remember to turn off this thing, because otherwise this will continuously stop your page from getting refreshed. Okay, so again we'll just click on cross again, click on refresh. Okay, so now we'll again have to type name hacker, email hacker@gmail.com, and message you can write 123. Okay, again send button, contact form sent. So from here we'll go to the contact msg, that is message. As you can see, they told us that we'll find the thing in contact message in the hint tab, and over here we will go to the response part. Why? Because the request, okay, so they are asking for, but in the clue there is written there might be a response tab when you click on it, right? So we'll go to the response tab, and we got the flag of THM Ajax flag, right? We click on copy, click on paste. I don't know because they wanted the network request, but we are pasting the network response, and it took accurately. I guess there's something printing mistake over here. But anyways, with that, our first premium room has been completed. Thank you guys for watching this video. Um, Thanks a lot for supporting me. Please subscribe and like this video, and Have a great day. What else can I say? Thank you. Signing off.